Good morning, world. Tara Sue Moore, from stockbroker to firewalker, coming back on day 9, session 1 of Find It, Feel It, Free It. And this is also February 19th, Saturday, and I'm broadcasting from Canada. So I am broadcasting from a country that has been, I suspect, in the news a fair amount recently. And we are, I believe, the start of where the Freedom Convoy movement, the grassroots, or maybe not grassroots, but the movement from a very extreme independent faction of the people, but a true representation of the people. So a little extreme. A representation exactly of every single Canadian? Probably not, as we're seeing. Um, Standing up and moving once they were directly impacted. Yeah, but usually people don't actually move until they're directly impacted. So we can decide to discount them because of that or not. And then a government that I personally often felt feels like it's caught between so much a rock and a hard place, so to speak. Again, I've been raised in conservative Alberta, and politically, we just blindly detest the party that is in leadership right now. As I've generally dug into my own reasons, which is mostly what I've done with my life, dug into my own beliefs and realized that there is no validation or basis for that belief often, or that whatever the validation I thought I had, so the one that I either was born with or was created as a part of nurture, doesn't really hold up to any of the tests I used to validate. So I've spent a lot of my adult life hearing quietly black and white accusations at poor leadership, and mostly in my brain have recognized that what we're seeing is leadership for a very divided and diverse country with a lot of very diverse needs. And there is no way one ruling is going to be absolutely optimal for every single individual in the country. Um, the overall pattern is what any leader needs to look for, because we are not a country, and maybe there are no countries that can be led with every single ruling being of absolute optimal idealism for every single person. So that's where I'm sourcing from. That's my deep bias. I'm also not in agreement with the way he's been, with the way the handling from the current leadership has ended up playing out, because I am in huge agreement currently that both sides are doing a significant amount of manipulating of the media if you start to pay attention to it. Or maybe the media, maybe it's not even them manipulating it. It may well be the media manipulating itself in order to gain favor with whoever they're currently feeling they need to gain favor with. Definitely seeing a lot of people having some moral consciousness. It's looking all different ways, but I'm definitely sitting in a nation where people are revisiting their morals. That makes me actually feel comfortable. For me personally today, it is. I may cry slightly because there's some pain, but I'm at a place now where I'm feeling the freedom that's right on the other side quite strongly. So today is the last day that I will be open as a storefront in the format I've been running in. Probably going online. Don't actually fully know the future. I'm not going to share it all now. So for me, it's going to be a day of strong and understandable emotions. And for me, the goal is going to just not, for not any of those emotions to overwhelm me. And also to not feel them, because I am a deep believer and becoming a more and more deep believer, very close to a knower. A knower is when no one can currently change my mind but me. a knower that what we are currently calling trauma is no more and no less than a powerful emotion that did not get to complete its full circuit through the body, whatever that might look like. So that means trauma can be left in the body, or what we identify currently as trauma, the ways a body responds that we're currently collectively wrapping up in the label of trauma, ends up being created. Anytime there is a powerful emotional experience that evokes, it's going to evoke a thought, it's going to evoke a desire to act, etc. Anytime those don't get just that full coherent connection and get to complete their circle in their life, if you will, they leave a resonance and a friction. And I currently see that as trauma, positive or negative. So that was a lot of random sharing of thoughts. I am not feeling tired, but I know I must be tired because since I've started this, I have been waking up at night and channeling and recording and channeling and recording. I've quit trying to think these recordings need to go anywhere. I now recognize half of this is me just finally opening the plug on everything that I need to say. At the current moment, I have a bit of a date in mind of February 22nd, so I'm a little committed myself to continuing to keep these going without needing to do a whole lot more of them, other than continue to invite people to join me and continuing to share my most core, most accessible, core anchor way of working with my own feeling body. And that for me, it has become my own energetic practice, but one of the core anchors, maybe the core anchor if we have to pick one, is the heart math breathing practices. And that simply is creating heart brain entrainment. I like to entrain my body also personally, but heart brain entrainment. And when we actually create that, we do that with just simply heart focused breathing. So that's breathing in and out, seeing, sensing, and feeling that each breath is flowing in and out of your heart or chest area. Breathing a little more slowly and deeply than usual. People, if you can do no more than this, please do it with me. If you can't do it now, do it later. If you can't do it today, do it tomorrow. You cannot do too much of this. 24 hours a day is not too much. And if you do it enough, you'll start to notice your body does it by default. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. At some point in time, I'll need to move, but right now, I am finding huge freedom in being what I call the space of all possibility. You can find this in a lot of practices and protocols. And that for me is a place where there are many paths open. They all feel rich with energy for me. They all feel fuelful. And my choice is just simply to sit and choose what my next adventure is, choosing from a whole bunch of, to use mainstream words, positive feeling possibilities, energy rich, fueled, growing steps for me. And right now, as I sit in my crystal cavern, I know I can't do that forever, but right now, that's the feeling I'm getting. So that's where I'll be shortly. There is anyone out there, we're still an open store. Anyone can walk in today. But if you hear this broadcast and you would like to come in to silently sit in the energies of the crystal cavern, we may get a chance to talk, we may not. But if your body, soul, spirit feels a call for you to come in and silently sit in it, that can be made to happen. So just come on in and let me know that's what you're there to do. All I ask is that you don't touch, that you simply absorb energetically from a distance. Tara Sue Moore, from stockbroker to firewalker, heading to the crystal cavern and earth rocks within the spirit of oneness. Last day that we have the physical presence looking exactly like it is, but the online presence of the same thing is coming up. I look forward to all the conversations I'm going to have today, genuinely. People, you do need to wear a mask or some sort of face covering to come in. I am still honoring what we're being asked to do. I am not the scientist making up the rules that should apply to everyone. That's not my job. I don't care what emotional state you're in. That's what I do well. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see you back in a couple hours. Tara Sumur. Find it, feel it, free it. Free it. Find what freedom feels like to you currently. Feel that coherently in your body and radiate it, your version of freedom, out to the world, out to the collective. If you want to radiate it to certain places specifically, go ahead. I'm here telling you, you don't even need to figure that part out. Just radiate freedom from all the collective components of your body over all the parts that you are able to access. And if you don't know what I'm meaning by that, start with getting your head, your heart, and your physical body talking. Start with getting your thoughts, your feelings, and the activities that you want to do talking coherently with one message. I'll see everyone soon.